are going to judge you, and I just don't think you can be happy if you don't live in your truth. So if you have people around you that are judging you, your friends or family, whoever it is you're talking about, if they're judging you on whatever it is and you're caring about it too much, I'm guaranteeing that it's probably stopping you from doing what you really want to do.
I've judged people. So I don't, that's why I don't really care too much about what people think about me, because I've judged people too. So I'm not free of that.
Right.
But I also think that I've been through way too much in my life to really care at this point about what people actually think about my life, especially if they're not paying my bills and they're not doing anything.
Which is exactly what I told this person. Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel.
But before we get started, if you like what you are seeing, please like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, so welcome back, you guys. I know we were gone for the week. We had some flashback episodes for you, so hope you liked it. Y'all, we had so much going on, and it was not about to happen. We had Thanksgiving. They were doing some things with our floors. It was a bunch of stuff going on. So, but we're back. I was looking at a comment, and she said, this is a woman. She said she was from the UK, and she said that she feels like her friends or people around her judge her, and she feels she cares too much about what people think. And she was asking us, what do we ever feel judged? One, and she said, like to some extent, should you care about what people think? So first of all, do we get judged? Okay, so from the UK, I think her name was Crystal. I remember seeing a K. I can't remember, but we are two women. We're two single women in our 40s, living in a hotel room. We're getting judged. Okay, that is definitely happening. Okay, let me tell you. Recently, it's happened not so long ago, like a couple days ago. Someone that we know, not from YouTube, but like we know in real life, judged our situation. It was like, oh, what's taking so long? Why haven't you uprooted yourself from the situation? Like, what's your future plans? Do you have any? Like, every once in a while we get stuff, people say stuff like that. Like, it's not shocking to us anymore. I mean, I don't know if it is to you, but it's not shocking to me anymore, at this point. So yeah, you get judgment. And here's a part where you're saying you think you care too much about what people think of you. So that is a problem. I feel like when it comes to caring about what people think, yes, you're human on some level. You're lying if you're saying that you don't think on some level what people think of you. Now, I greatly think of what people think of me when it comes to someone like my sister or someone that's really important in my life. Like, I do take their opinion into consideration highly, But in general, like this circumstance, I did not care about what this person was saying at all. Like, I didn't care at all. I don't think you should. I think that when you start caring too much about what people think, you won't move forward. Yeah. You're always trying to impress somebody else. You know what I mean? And I just think that I don't think it's a healthy thing to do. People are going to judge you, and I just don't think you can be happy if you don't live in your truth. So if you have people around you that are judging you, your friends or family, whoever it is you're talking about, if they're judging you on whatever it is and you're caring about it too much, I'm guaranteeing that it's probably stopping you from doing what you really want to do. Right.
Judging is a natural. It is. We all do it. So you do too.
Right. Yeah.
So if you don't like that people are doing it, you have to understand that this is what should make you feel better about it. Yeah. As long as you do it. Right. Then you can't be really mad at somebody else doing it to you.
Everyone has their own walk of life. No one's going to be able to tell you the best way to live your life better than you. No one needs to know your plans all the time. No one needs to know how you're going to go about things. No one needs to know your full journey. Right. Okay. And also, people sometimes don't understand your journey. Right. That's another part of it. Is that, like, even with our circumstance and what we're in, we get people like, oh my God, like, why are you guys still living together at this age? Why are you guys in this hotel room? That kind of thing. It's like, it's sometimes people on the outside, when you're looking into someone's life, you don't know their plans. You don't know their journey. You're just assuming. So it's kind of like you can't let that get to you. I think you can't let it get to you. And I feel like it's like you develop thicker skin. So if you're around someone who's constantly judging you in a malicious way or attacking your position in life.
You know what's funny is like I don't feel like people judge me that much, mostly because I really do mind my own business. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that when you mind your own business, you don't have conversation with people like that too much. Because you don't have too much conversation. Right. Especially in a situation like if it's your friend, if it's like a really close friend or something, like say it's somebody at work, I don't talk to people like that at work. So even if they're judging me, they're probably not going to tell me because I don't talk to them enough to have that conversation. To have them say that to me. Right. You know what I mean? But if it's like your mom or your friend or something, I've been through too much to not care. Right. So to me, I've judged people. So I don't. That's why I don't really care too much about what people think about me because I've judged people too. So I'm not free of that. You know, but I also think that I've been through way too much in my life to really care at this point about what people actually think about my life, especially if they're not paying my bills and they're not doing anything.
Which is exactly what I told this person.
You know what I mean? If they're not doing anything to contribute to my life, then I really don't care.
Yeah, if you're like what I was with me, where I am sitting there minding my own business and I get attacked with something out of nowhere, like it's like. You know, that's what happened. Like that's annoying, and you need to call it out and be like, look, what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? What exactly are you doing with your life? You know, that's right. You're focused on the wrong thing here. You're focused on my life, on my circumstances, and the truth is you need to focus on what you're doing. And a lot of times, sometimes when people are putting down your situation or putting down your whatever, your career or whatever it is. It's a lot of it has to do with them. Sometimes people just deflect and reflect. Yeah. They're just like, okay, you're projecting some insecurity within you onto me. Right. And so you're wanting me to now feel a certain way because for whatever reason today, you're feeling weird about yourself. Yeah. And usually when people are attacking you in that way, it's because they're not achieving something or there's something they're not achieving, and if that's, it's just like an old thing when people say, when the bully always picks on, tries to pick on somebody and see if they can get to them. But then
there are people who, because they are achieving, they feel that way. I remember when I had a friend that he lost weight. And he used to be bullied a little, and then he lost weight. And then he started talking about other people. It's because he was achieving something, and he all of a sudden started feeling like he was in a better position, so now he could tell other people. Like how to live their life. Right. And I just kind of felt like, and then he gained weight again. And I do think that there are sometimes people are at different places in their life and they can't understand what everybody else is in there too. Yeah. There are people who like go to college and they don't understand why nobody wants to. Right. Why somebody wouldn't want to. Right. Or, you know what I mean? Like with any like milestone that people deal with, everyone thinks they're supposed to do it all at the same time. And no one ever adds in the pitfalls of life. Yeah, everyone just sort of thinks that there is a goal to everyone's life where it's all standard. Yeah, you know what I mean. We're all supposed to, graduate from high school. We're all supposed to get married. We're all supposed to have kids at a certain age. We're all supposed to, be successful at a certain age. We're all supposed to have money. We're all supposed to own a house at a certain time. We're all supposed to do that, and we never ever factor in pitfalls or mistakes.
Yeah, not everybody's life is going to go. You know what I mean? The same way for everybody. So. I don't know. I just feel like when people get into that kind of mind frame where they're just always feeling like, like...
It's like criminals. It's easy to judge a criminal until you understand their past.
Yeah, you just don't know.
If you're from an area where there's only crime and that's all you've ever seen, then judging them really doesn't do anything. If that's all they've seen, that's their reality. If that's not what you've seen and you've seen a different part, then it's going to be easy for you to say, oh, that's them. Yeah. Those people.
I think you should care less about the judgment part because everyone does it, including you and I judge and all that. So I think you should care less about that part and focus more on why you care so much. Because I think that's what's making you upset. I mean, or making, enough to ask the question. Like, that's what's kind of getting to you a little bit is that you can't shake it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that you're going to, whoever you are, you're going to have thicker skin than this, in some way. And really just focus on yourself and keep moving forward because people are always going to have an opinion about you no matter what. It doesn't matter. Look, Kara and I could be the most, in the highest peak of success right now with all the, bells and whistles and look, someone's always still going to have something to say. Someone's always, so you just can't focus on that part. You really do just have to focus on why you care. Mm-hmm. Because if I sat here honestly and cared about what people thought about me 24 hours a day, and that would turn me into a people pleaser.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just always, and I would just be like not achieving anything, any goal that I have. And I have achieved, even in this circumstance, I have achieved goals. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's good. You know, so, but if I were to sit here and care, like what people, I would have never even done this. We would never even turn on the camera.
Yeah, I think it's probably smart to not. I always like to not tell too many people about my life. Yeah, you know, too much, because I think like that's what they say. Like whenever you want to achieve something, don't tell too many people. Yeah, because everybody's going to have a weigh an opinion on an opinion you opened up to talk about. Right. You know what I mean? Like even on this show, we open ourselves up for criticism. That's why I don't care about comments. Oh yeah, that part doesn't matter. Because I've done this. Just an exception situation. Like if you're doing anything. Well, I'm just saying, like even like in general, like even if you're at work or you're at a social, if you don't want anybody to weigh in on your conversation, like I don't ever talk about anything that you truly want to achieve, because there will always be somebody who will grab that feeling that you of your happiness, and they will, because they didn't do it or because they think you can't do it, will always put in an opinion that they don't even know if it's true. People don't really know your life. They can just look at you, which is what was happening with us, is that this person was just noticing things. I never even talk about it. With this particular person, but they assume, you know, they know everything about, you know, our life, and they don't know. They just, you know, looks can sometimes be very deceiving on things. You know what I mean? Like, we could be planning the biggest thing in the world. You just never know, but we keep our plans to ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? We keep all our plans to ourselves. When we love doing this and everything, but it's like you can't, if you tell someone too much about your life. Yeah. I mean, I'm generally a private person in general. That's why this show is hard for me to want to do. Because it's not because I don't want to help people or tell people, but I do like to keep my life in a private place. I'm not someone who likes to express my personal life in general. But, you know, this show has helped me in a way that I could just talk about, you know, it's like a platform. Yeah. That you can talk about. But in saying that, it's still talking about your life, and you open yourself up to people comparing themselves to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is why I don't go on Facebook that often. Right. Because I think that Facebook is mostly just a show-off show. Yeah. Of people showing off the best parts of their life and judging others. And also judging, like, you know, comparing yourself is judging. It's like reverse judging. Yeah. It's like judging yourself compared to somebody else. This is why I don't, you know, go on social media too much anymore, because I feel like most stuff you're watching is not the truth. It's a farce. You know what I mean? And most people are just trying to look better than they really are feeling or even are. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like over the years, the one thing I have learned is that, you know, keep your own dreams really to yourself until you are with someone who can match that feeling. Yeah. And then two, if you care, you'll never get anything done in life. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never get anything in life if you care a lot about people. Yeah. But I know that I've judged people, so I don't really care if they judge me. Right. It's a fact of life. I mean, no one's going to go judge free. No one's that angelic. You know what I mean? I know people who swear that they're really, I mean, church people do it. They talk about judgment all day, and they judge everybody. Yeah, that's true. Based on their life compared to a Bible. Yeah. You know, politicians do it. They judge people based, this is how everybody should have this, and they make sure that all their policies are geared to not everybody. Yeah. Just because they're doing well. Yeah. That's who they want to help. People like them. You know what I mean? Usually the people closest to you are the ones that are probably, it's probably why you're getting all, you know, getting a little bit beside yourself with it, because probably people close to you are doing this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating when it's someone close to you, you know, when you're sitting back concerned, like if I were to sit here and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that person said that. What are they looking at me like? How are they looking at me? If I was sitting here like this all day, there's no way I would ever like do anything. I would just be a shell of myself, you know? So I brush things off. And like I said before, a lot of times it really is just people who are, you know, there's people who are genuinely concerned about something. Like, oh my God, you know, genuinely concerned. This person wasn't genuinely concerned, but it's nosy. You know what I mean? This person was nosy. So I feel like if someone just needs to know what you're going to be doing, what your next steps are in life, then the answer needs to be, it's really none of your business.
It's none of your business.
Because even if someone is genuinely concerned, if it's sensitive to you, it can still hurt you.
It can still, still same thing.
You know what I mean? If someone goes, I genuinely do care, or even if you know they genuinely care, if you don't feel like talking about it,
then that's
or you're just in a sensitive place about it, everything's gonna offend you.
Right. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, don't, like, literally, I mean, I don't know if this comes naturally to people as it comes to me, but mind your business. That's just, I mean, I'm really good at saying that. You know, no, I'm not talking about my private life. Bye.
And I don't talk about, see, that's the thing is that, and I don't take with close people. Okay, you know, but
even family members, like,
I'm very limited with that
giving people, even family. But you know what I mean, like, I'm not into giving you my private business, and you know, it's like I say, if you do that, like, you know, a lot of people do. They like to throw their feelings out there, and they like to talk about things that happen. And listen, good. Sometimes you need someone to look in the ear. Yeah, you need someone to listen to you, but you have to understand that once you put that out there, then you got people, and you now invited people into your life. Yeah, it's true. You know, I remember, what's his name? I was reading somewhere where Ian Van Sant asked Chris Brown's girlfriend what was the biggest problem with that whole altercation that I guess they had. I can't remember his name. Karachi. I don't know what her name was. And she was like, the biggest failure I think I ever did was put it on Twitter. Yeah. Because I opened myself up to people being in my business. Right. And that's what I'm saying. This is why I am very private. Even with our show, I'm only telling you stuff I want you to know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I feel comfortable, or I feel like I'm okay with you knowing. You know what I mean? I do think that no matter, even if you have a platform, you need to keep stuff to yourself. Everything doesn't need to be talked about.
I don't know why it's hard for people. It's hard for some people. I can't, not everybody's the same, but it's very difficult for some people to say, look, you really have to mind your own business. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be rude, with all due respect. You say things the right way. With all due respect, this is my life. This is my personal life. I don't need your input. Unsolicited advice for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you, but, you know, if I did, and you didn't even ask a question, I just gave you this advice, like, you have everybody be like, look, I didn't ask you.
I mean, a lot, like I said, you have to learn the it's none of your business, and a lot of times people don't like to say that because they oddly don't want to make the other person uncomfortable. Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't. If I lose you as a friend, or even as a acquaintance, even if you are a friend or an acquaintance or a family member, if I lose you, fine. Look, my privacy, and I think that I want people to understand that. The privacy is like,
it's a whole thing.
You need to be happy about that. You need to be guarded, because we live in a surveillance country anyway. I mean, our privacy is becoming a thing of the past. So it's like, you know, look, be selective of who you allow in your life, and then walk around with that energy. Because people truly won't come to you sometimes if they think that they're going to get the if they can look in your face and think you're going to tell me to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? But if they think that for some reason that you're going to have an emotional response, they might try you. You know what I mean? But I honestly am someone that I don't mind helping people. Even like at work, I've had a heart-to-heart with someone who was unhappy. And sad. I can get there. Right. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't ever want to see someone happy. That's my choice, though, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not one of these people that like to share my life with just random people that don't know. Because it's funny how little things, like, people can... I think it's funny how what people think is just a meaningless conversation, or just a heartful conversation with someone can be taken as intrusive later on when you don't want to talk to them about
I generally feel like when people care too much about what people think, I think that those people also people pleasers. Like, I often find that people who really, really are, you know, like, will change their life based on someone else's opinion, even though they don't want to. I always feel like those people are just 100% people pleasers. You know, and that's just an awful existence. Yeah, you gotta learn. I'd much rather just tell you, just look, mind your own business. Like, it's much easier. It's like ripping off one Band-Aid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you're sitting here worried about people saying all the time, it's like you're just you're too timid to say, look, what's it got to do with you? You're not paying my bills. You don't know any of what I've been through in my life, really. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking you for money. I don't go and mooch off of people. I literally take care of myself as a woman. Yeah. I don't bother people with their lives like that. So why do you care?
But I don't bother people with my life.
Right. So it's like, why do you care?
I fix my problems.
Yeah. So it's like, why do you care? You shouldn't care.
So everybody knows, like, you know, that's personal. Yeah. Like, that's just kind of, no, that's that you've gone too far with me. We're done. Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and you have to mean that. Like, you're done. And then you have to be okay with, I don't want them to feel bad. Look, I'm not the feelings police. I'm not here to make you feel good.
Yeah.
You stepped in it.
It takes,
and now you're feeling weird because maybe sometimes people don't tell you to, bounce or to leave or to mind your own business. But look, now you found someone who does. Now you have to deal with the feelings of what that is. Now maybe you won't do that again.
Right. Now
sometimes you help people.
Yeah, it takes
like if you tell someone to mind their own business, maybe they don't want to ever do that again.
Right. Because this person's never going to do that.
You know what I mean?
And it's just my life is my life. I don't need your advice on things in case I ask for it.
Mm-hmm. If I'm not asking you for anything, then
what
you need
are
to
we
mind
talking
your
about?
business
Yeah, like,
for
what
sure.
are we talking about?
You know what I mean? Like 100%. I'm not someone who would ever go to somebody and say, how come you're not here yet?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with
what's
me?
What's the holdup with your life? What's going on?
Why did you do that?
I'm like,
what does that have to do with me? How is that going to change the way I wake up in the morning?
Right. Right.
Like, how is that supposed to change my life?
Right.
It doesn't. When people ruin their lives, and I can see the train coming. Sometimes people need to get hit.
Yeah.
With the train, you know what I mean? I did. Sometimes people are like, oh, but you want to help people when you see them drowning. You want to, not all the time. Sometimes getting hit with the train or drowning is exactly what you need.
Well, that's the lesson.
You need to learn. Yeah. Sometimes people get saved too much. Everyone's helping you. You know what I mean? When this all happened to me, that was the first thing I thought. I wish I could just get help. But then I realized I wasn't getting it. Right. And so that was a sign to me that no.
Yeah.
You would feel better. Like, you would feel better though if you didn't get help. And you know why? Because you would have done this alone and you would have learned that you can handle anything. Yeah. And
that you're tough enough to handle it.
Toughen up.
Yeah. And that's another thing is that, like, I don't know you, but if you're asking us, you're gonna have to toughen up, girl.
Toughen up.
I mean, you're gonna have to get yourself out of that.
You never seen two tougher people than Danielle and I in like an argument situation.
Yeah.
Because there is no sorry, there is no backing down. We're two people who have been through a hard time, and we're tough
on each other.
You know what I mean?
Like we don't
sit around.
So I sure as hell not gonna be like giving anybody. And see, I think that people in like you're a woman, so I feel like the person asking this question, like I don't give anybody, I don't give people weak energy. So if I feel like if you have the courage to ask a question and ask for our opinion on this, I mean, that to me is saying that you're a courageous woman in some way. So I'm not going to give you the weak energy of saying, oh man, why would somebody judge you?
Isn't that just
I'm not saying that. What I'm going to say to you is that you're going to have to woman up a little bit here.
Do you judge people?
Yeah.
Think about it.
If you're attacked with judgment, that's an awkward position, but it happens. I mean, if you're attacked with judgment, it's just something you have to kind of deal with. If you...
Especially women, with any kind of gossip we have.
Yeah, it's...
kind of, look, I don't know too many women that don't talk about other women.
Yeah, a lot of women do.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, we all don't like the same... we all don't like the same... We all can give treatment and not like it in return. You know what I mean? Like, we can treat people bad and not like to be treated bad.
Yeah. We're all a little bit hypocritical in some ways.
In a way. You know what I mean? But we're all human, too. Yeah. But in this specific type of situation, like you say what Danielle was saying, if someone, like,
ambush you with
what's
wrong with your life?
What's wrong with yours?
Where'd you go? Yeah, and that's what I said to this person. I was like, well, you're focused on my life. What's going on with your life? Right. And then all of a sudden, the conversation gets shut down pretty quickly because it's like, now the focus is now on me. Oh, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? I was like, yeah, I'm doing what you just did to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging your life because that's not my position. Right. I'm sure you got some stuff going on. I don't know what it is. Don't care. It's not my business. It's none of my business. So I always just say, if you mind your own business, everything will be fine. If you're taking, if you're taking things extremely personally, then this is going to be a tough. You can do it. I'm saying it's going to be a tough one for you because that means you're going to have to call some people out. Yeah. You're going to have to basically tell people that's none of your damn business, and you're going to just kind of just move on from it and move on and move up from it. And that's hard for people who are people pleasers because they always feel like they have to people please. Literally, they have to make sure that after they say something, that person feels okay. Yeah. And I'm someone who's just like, after I say something, I'm like. If when I'm saying something like when I'm meaning to be mean, you know what I mean? I do feel bad after that because I'm like, I was trying to be a little bit underhanded. I was trying to do something there. But for the majority of the time when I'm just like, when I say something, I mean it. Right. And I don't feel bad about that. And so I'm not going to go to you afterwards and be like, oh, are you okay? Did I say that wrong? That's not who I'm not. No. I meant what I said. Like it's none of your business.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm someone that doesn't get emotionally. I get annoyed.
Yeah.
So if you come to me and say, I'm like, no, that's you're not. I'm not.
It's boundaries.
I'm not going to talk to you about my life.
Boundaries.
That's just not going to happen. That's my private life.
Yeah, but your friends and family are going to judge you. I mean, honey, but I think that you were talking about your work, that you're doing something in work or something. But if that's the case, then that's. Especially if they're
your friends and family.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't care what my friends and family think of me.
Really don't.
You know why? Because I know a lot about them.
Right.
And once you know, especially those people, because if you know something about them, then why do you care about what I mean? Consider the source.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know people who are a mess,
yeah,
then why would you care what they think about you?
Right.
Now, if it's somebody that you don't really know that well and they just sort of ambush you and talk to you, that's a big none of your business.
Yeah, that's easy. No, for me, that's pretty easy. Right. I just think there's one or two things. Like, people are just being nosy. Most people are just being nosy. They want to know what you have, what your next move is, right? And then some people are just trying to belittle you.
Yeah.
Trying to belittle. They want you to feel bad about your life because something's wrong with their life. That happens all the time. So either way, it doesn't matter why they're doing it. The ultimate answer is always going to be none of your business, and don't concern yourself with my personal life. With all due respect. You know what I mean?
I like small circles of people.
Me too. So you start getting a big circle.
I think that if you're extroverted, I think sometimes you do like large circles of people, and, and it makes you more of a mingler.
They're all
you like to talk
business.
a lot and everything. And I think it's harder for people like that because they like to talk all the time. To people. I'm not like that. So to me, I'm like, if you know anything about me, it's because I really like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I don't really like you that much, or I'm not interested in knowing you, I'm the most boringest person you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
because
I think that what happens with us though is that we're somewhat of a mystery.
Yeah, but and I just think that it's important to remain that too. Remain.
We get comments. People are like, I don't get it. Like that. And I'm like, oh, you're supposed to.
And I'm not someone who really gives. I'm not someone who really cares about people's personal life.
No, I don't get like that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care who you're sleeping with. I don't care how much money you have. I really care about my own life. Now by that, I don't mean I don't care about you. What I mean is I don't care about what you're doing in your private life. I'm not someone who really cares about that. Like, I don't really get people like that anyway. Like, we all have times where we make a talk about somebody. Yeah, that's just normal. Me and you talk about people all the time. You know what I mean? But that's really just you. I'm not going to talk about other people with a whole lot of other people.
But if you were to see our regular, our conversations are literally like what you guys see. Like, which is what we talk about. Stuff like this.
But I really don't care about what people do. And I don't care what people do in their home.
Yeah, I don't get involved
their personal life. Now, if they share it with me, I'll give you I'm assuming you want something from me.
If someone share, if they share, like, they tell you a story about their life.
You know what I mean? That means I'm going to tell you about mine.
Yeah. So I hope you're not trying to get some intel.
But what I will say is that I do care, but I really don't care about people's personal life. Yeah. I'm not really turned on by gossip in that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, every once in a while, oh, really, that happened? Yeah. But other than that, I'm not one of those people, oh my God, girl, did you hear? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not, to me, it's like, I don't
As a matter of fact, when people come to me.
I got too much going on in my own life.
But as a matter of fact, when people come to me and do that, oh my God, girl, I'm like, oh.
I don't care. I
can't. I stop right now.
I don't care. Was I there?
Right.
So, you know, like, that's like, when people say, oh my God, you know, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, was I there? Then I don't care. Yeah. I don't want to know.
Right.
I don't want any information.
Not interested.
I don't want any information that somebody else is going to come and ask me, did they say anything?
Right.
No. Who was that?
I had someone recently, they started to talk about somebody in front of me. They just couldn't wait to tell the story about it. And I'm like, whoa, is this person here? Is this person going to be included in the conversation? Well, then we don't need to be talking about it because that person's not here to defend itself. So let's just stop. I shut it down. I'm the most boring person to talk to in situations like that because I'm just like, I don't want to talk about somebody when they're not in the presence.
You know, I'm someone who I like to talk about life.
Yeah, life is fun.
So if you're coming to me and talking about life, career, money,
I'm interested in
anything like that. But if you're here to talk about other people, I don't really care.
Yeah,
it's just not bothered with that. That's boring.
I couldn't care.
It's boring. So you really shouldn't have any money? I didn't before. What do you mean by that? You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's another thing. That's another reason why we have limited judgment over here because we have literally, y'all know,
right?
You know what I mean? Like what we've been through. So the last thing that two people like us need to be doing is talking about somebody else's life and where they going wrong. So when people do it to me, I'm like, I'm sure there's some things that you didn't do quite right either. You know what I mean? I'm sure some things you missed in life too. So it's not just me.
We just aren't. We aren't the timeline of everything we're supposed to all do in life, we've all fell off that timeline.
Yes, it's true. So it's not all.
Right. Everybody didn't get married at 20. Everybody's not having a child at 25. Everybody's not owning their first home at 30. Everybody's not, CEO of a company at 40. Life happens in between all that stuff too.
Right. The synopsis of all this is stop people pleasing and stop caring about what people think of you and your life. If you know where you're going and you're not asking for any opinions, then you just keep going and let them have their opinions. They're going to be fine. Let them make assumptions. Let them create a story about you with themselves.
If people are talking about you anyway, you're not anything.
You're not anything anyway. So,
but use a law of attraction in this situation. Mind your business. And then you'll realize that people have to do the same with you.
Right. Okay, you guys. So thank you so much for the question. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. Or you can email us. I'll put the email here as always. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate that. It helps us greatly. All right. And that's it. All right. Everybody have a really good day. And we will be back, I guess, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.